I have to comment on the total insanity that's taking over our college campuses across America. You know, it wasn't too long ago that the University of Missouri found itself in a lot of controversy. University president resigned after a mob of black students demanded that he be fired for not doing enough to ease race relations on campus. Apparently, some black students heard some drunk white kids in a car yelling something racial at them, and the university president didn't do enough about it. Wow, are our students so coddled these days now that they think that there are no haters in the real world? That there are no crazy people or drunk people? I mean, people have yelled crazy, hateful things at all of us, regardless of our color. But anyway, this militant mob of black students has taken intolerance to a whole new level. They are now at war with the press. They mobbed a photographer and blocked his passage, blocked his ability to walk down the sidewalk, and verbally attacked him for just taking photos on campus, which is, of course, public property. You could take photos. And they turned their backs on other members of the press. They refused to talk to the press, and they started shouting down members of the press in this other meeting. And then they came out with this list of demands. And it reads like something that maybe a kidnapper's ransom note would say. And I wanted to go over some of these demands with you so that you understand what today's college students think. They're all becoming fascists, socialists, communists. They think that they have the right to live in a world where they never feel offended by anything. They think that by simply holding hands and saying kumbaya, that they can get their way on everything. They think that the world is going to cater to their whims and wishes. And here's what this group is called 1950, what is it? Concerned Student 1950. This is the group at the University of Missouri, Columbia, Mizzou. And I'm paraphrasing these demands. Number one, they demanded that the president, Tim Wolf, admit to his white male privilege and resign and write an apology letter to them. Number two, they demanded that black students and faculty be granted veto power over the selection of all future university presidents, because the wishes of white students and faculty shouldn't count as much as black students and faculty. In other words, we're all equal, but some are more equal than others in their minds, I guess. Number three, they demand that the University of Missouri meet the Legion of Black Collegians demands that were written in 1969, whatever those are. Number four, they demand control over the university curriculum, where they want to insert cultural sensitivity training into every class to teach the principles of white shame and white guilt and privilege. And this curriculum shall be decided upon by the black students, black faculty and students at the university. Number five, they demand that the university artificially increase the black student population and staff population or faculty population campus-wide to 10%. Now, since the number of faculty working at the university is a fixed number, they're going to obviously have to fire white faculty in order to hire black faculty. So, in other words, I guess some white people or maybe some Chinese people or some Indian people are just going to get canned because of their skin color, so that the university can hire black people, because according to this student group, they want to institutionalize racial discrimination at the university and force the university to make hiring decisions based on skin color. Imagine that. And even make student admissions decisions based on skin color. If your skin's too white, you don't get in. Wow. This is tolerance, you see. Just so that you're clear, this is called tolerance. Yes, this is called equality. That's right. All right. Number six, they demand that the University of Missouri spend more money coddling the students. In other words, supporting their safety, So they feel warm and fuzzy on campus because, my God, you can't have students actually have to be, adaptive or tough or anything. They're all so fragile these days. It's like walking on eggshells everywhere. These students, young adults, I guess they can't handle anything in real life. Number 7, they demand that the University of Missouri hire a large number of black mental health counselors to help black students who feel marginalized and unsafe cope with their fears. All right, and number 8, they demand the university spend more money hiring black people to run social justice centers to be situated all across campus. Now, what are these social justice centers? Well, I don't know what these are. Are they booths where there's like black power signs or what? Now, for the record, I have argued and helped fight for human rights for African Americans in many, many ways. I've done a lot of things. I've helped expose the CDC's exploitation of young black children with vaccine damage. The CDC whistleblower, and his evidence that how vaccines damage black children more than white children. I've been one of the people spearheading that story and raising awareness. I've exposed the cancer industry's exploitation and targeting of black women because black women have more aggressive cancers, and it's because of vitamin D deficiency, of course. And I've worked very hard over the years to try to teach members of the black community about vitamin D, and I've had a lot of thank yous from many members of the black community. And I've done many other things. You can read my work on naturalnews.com. So it's a useless tactic to try to call me a racist for daring to talk about this subject. Just doesn't work. Sorry. Whatever you say to me bounces off of me and sticks back on you. Whatever. But the truth is, as much as I fight for real justice, real human rights, real civil rights for many different people, African Americans, Southerners, Texans who are also getting disparaged these days, and so on. And even though I'm on the record supporting the freedom and liberty of, for example, people who are gay or lesbians, I cannot stomach this reverse racism that I'm witnessing with this student mob at Mizzou. And what we're really witnessing is the rise of politically correct intolerance. This is the intolerant mob. This is a dangerous thing that we are seeing right now. And these people do not understand what liberties really are. They don't understand the First Amendment. They surely don't understand the Second Amendment. They don't know what equality really means. And above all, they're so psychologically fragile that they're going to be blown away when the real world hits them. If they can't handle going through college and, a couple of people driving down the road or walking down the road drunk, shouting something nasty at you, if you can't handle that, you're not going to make it in the real world at all. Let me tell you something, folks. The real world's a hell of a lot tougher than that. What, you can't handle people calling you names no matter what your color? People call me names all day long, mostly because I exercise my First Amendment rights. Do I whine and cringe and call for the government to make me feel safer? No. You get up off your ass, you learn to stand your ground, you learn to move on. You learn to achieve despite the haters. You learn to invest in yourself, invest in your education. You learn to overcome obstacles, to adapt and overcome, and that's what makes you a stronger person. But today's college students, they want all their beds to be made for them, and mommy and daddy did my laundry too. And the university has to make it a safe feeling place so I feel warm and fuzzy when I go to school. And there's nobody looking at me funny because my skin is too white or too black or too yellow. I can't have that. Gonna go complain to the dean. A bunch of freaking pansies and wimps and spineless. Just a pathetic generation, if you ask me. Pathetic generation. Maybe they should call themselves Generation P for pathetic. These are the same people, by the way, who are going to be made obsolete by the rise of the robots. So given another 15 to 20 years, if they thought racism was bad, wait till you have a mechanical Terminator taking your job. How about that? Then you're jobless, you're homeless, you're broke. At that point, your college degree means nothing because the robots can do your job better than you can. What are you going to do then? The only value you'll have in a society of elite liberal controllers is the fact that you still have a vote, and that's it. Other than that, they don't need you. And it won't be long after that before they give robots the right to vote, and then they don't need you at all. And it's Soylent Green time. Yep, hamburgers and hot dogs. These taste kind of familiar. Yeah, they taste like you. You're obsolete, man. Yeah, wake up. Wake up. The real world is a tough place. If you can't overcome a little, just some words thrown your way at the university, you don't have the mental determination to be a college graduate, as far as I'm concerned. Toughen up, cowboy up. What do we got, a nation of wimps? A nation of pathetic losers and whiners now? Really? Is that what Mizzou stands for? Losers and whiners. And the first show of any kind of heat, the president resigns? You know what that president should have said? You people are racists. You people want me to turn this university into an institution of racism that admits students and hires faculty based on their skin color. That's what they're demanding. But no, this university president, who I guess is the perfect example of spinelessness, resigns. I'm sorry. I'm white. And I'm privileged. And I'm ashamed and guilty. I resign. That's what we see. Shameful, folks. Shameful. Don't send your kids to Mizzou. That's for damn sure. Unless you want them to graduate as pathetic pansies who have no real future because they can't even handle anything resembling reality. Imagine that.